Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my home. My name is Becky, and I am so excited that you're here today. Well, we have finally been able to accrue enough of a haul to do a formal thrift with me and haul video. It's been a minute. We have been in a little bit of a dry spell here lately. I've not been finding a lot. And then magically, as sometimes that's the way that it happens, I finally walked into the thrift store and I saw something that I wanted to bring home. So I have a little bit of a haul for you today. But before we get into any of that, we have some pressing business to take care of. The first thing I want to talk about is we have a special. He's not visiting with me, but he is visiting with his grandma, and Atticus is back in town and he's visiting for spring break. And when he goes to visit his grandma, they watch my channel together, and I want to say a special hello to Atticus. I know that you guys are going to have so much fun together this week. Atticus, enjoy your Grandma Kathy. She's a treasure. And Grandma Kathy, love on that sweet boy all you can. Get all the hugs and kisses and snuggles that you can possibly squeeze into this week, because as we all know, that time is fleeting and it passes by so quickly. But you are such a lucky grandma to have such a handsome and smart grandson like Atticus. So everybody say hello to Atticus down in the comment, and his grandma, I think, pretty much reads all of the hellos to him, so I'm sure he'll get them. The second order of business is that I need to right a wrong. I received a package in the mail, a piece of friend mail, and I made a reel about it. I'll show you that reel real quick. Let me show it to you.
My collection complete.
So as you see, I fixed it since then, but Lori sent me the missing piece to my depression glass set. I told you when I did my depression glass video that this was the piece that got broken. This was the only piece I was missing to my big collection, and that I was going to be looking for it. Well, that sweet Lori, let me tell you what she did. She went on, I think, eBay or Etsy, one of the two, I think Etsy, and she found the piece for me, and she had it shipped to me. Well, the problem is that when it got to me, it didn't have Lori's name on it. It had the name of the seller. So when I did that reel, I thanked the wrong person. I need to thank Lori. Lori, that was, even when I told David about it, David was like, "How? That's amazing that she did that. Thank you so much. How sweet, how kind of you to think of me to do that." As you saw in the reel, I have put it with the rest of my pieces, and my collection is finally complete, and that means so much to me that you did that. Thank you so much. I also have another piece of friend mail that I want to show you real quick before we get into the main part of this video. I got a small package from Maria, and she sent this little collection of owl. They're for fall, but there's a salt and pepper shaker set. There is a spoon rest. Look at this. You can see the little pumpkin on top of his head, and then this could be used as a spoon rest. Also, these came from the Cracker Barrel collection, and I can't wait to use these and put these out for fall. But these are all from Maria. Thank you so much, Maria. I'm sorry it took me so long to actually thank you for these. I did thank her in person. I messaged her and thanked her. Of course, I would never not do that, but I just haven't added it to the videos yet. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you the footage of all the thrifting that I did. Now, this was over a week's time, just sporadic. Some of it I did by myself, and some of it Lily and I did together when we were running errands on Saturday. So you're going to see her in there as well. So I'm going to show you the footage. It is 10 minutes long. So if you're like me and your attention span is about that long, you can kind of put your finger on the right side of the screen, and it moves things at 2 times the speed. So that always helps when you can still see the picture, and you can see everything and you can kind of hear everything. It's just in warp speed. So remember that if you're watching something, you don't necessarily want to click through it. You still want to see it, but you don't want to see it quite so slowly. All right, I'm gonna let you watch that footage. I have never actually run across any of these popcorn things. I don't know what they are. They're just little wall hangers, I guess, out in the wild, and they were $4 each. There was two. You're getting ready to see the second one here in a second. I would love to have brought one of them home, but when I got to this specific thrift store, there was a sign on the door that said that they were not taking credit cards, and I, of course, did not have cash on me on this day. And I had to share this because, I mean, how perfect for Easter can you get but little bunnies in a field of daffodils on dishes? It's the perfect Easter dish set. And I know you think I picked these up. I know you think I brought these home. I did not. I have a dish set for Easter that was gifted to me that I've introduced to you before. I'm going to bring it back out, but I don't need another Easter dish set. And I just thought this was beautiful because of the robin's egg blue. It was just a beautiful piece. I love the colors. I'm trying to pick up pieces that just remind me of the pastels and colors that you love so much during Easter time. We are at a different thrift store now. I was on a roll and I thought, well, I'm going to keep looking and keep searching for Easter decor. I did find this dress, and I don't normally share new I don't normally share new clothes when I'm thrifting. But everybody needs a new Easter dress, right? So I saw this, I loved it. It was only $6 and I did pick it up. You may have actually seen me wearing it in the intro of this video. So that's your one little spoiler alert for my haul. And then this is just a few pieces of what I would consider to be maybe 90s vintage decor. And you know, some people like the 90s style. It's not for me. I do have some pieces that I have had since the 90s, but to a lot of people, this is vintage Easter. To me, I like the 70s. And I had to share this little boy with you because he had his sassy pants on today, and I could not share him. And then I saw a lamp or a little genie lamp, and I had to rub it because I would have regretted not doing it if I had missed out on 3 wishes, because I really need 3 wishes right now. I'm telling you. I just thought this little trivet was really sweet. It was beaded. Would have worked great in my kitchen. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. I think I had Easter on the brain. This is, again, another thrift store that I'm at. I think this was the only thing that I picked up was that little glass, because they didn't really have anything to share. Now, this is a different day. This is when Lily and I were thrifting together on Saturday. So you're going to see her. And there's a few spots in here where I'm going to leave the audio in so you can hear what she has to say.
This looks like right up your alley.
Actually like him.
He's right up your alley.
He's cute. How much is he?
$2.
If you could not hear her, she was saying that the ugly little painted bunny was right up my alley. You know, I like to rescue those pieces. I like to bring them home and give them a new lease on life. So maybe I picked it up, maybe I didn't. We'll see. You'll have to stick around and see exactly what I picked up in this haul. And then I'm just sharing everything. I did like that little bunny bag. I guess he looks like a paper bag. I did enjoy him. This little piece here, surprisingly, was made by Lefton. I'm not used to seeing bisque pieces made by Lefton, but unless the sticker is lying to me, that's the maker of that. And I thought he was more along the lines of the 90s decor than what I'm used to associating with Lefton. And I don't know a lot about them. I don't know when they stopped manufacturing things, but I just always, the pieces that I pick up are more in line with the 60s and 70s. This little guy was adorable. I have a piece at home very similar to him, but he was shiny and bright and like a shiny little penny, so maybe I picked him up, maybe I didn't. You'll have to stick around to find out. And then there was lots of baggies at this thrift store. This was a Habitat for Humanity. You cannot imagine my surprise and shock and wonder when I was seeing things for $2 and $1 and $3, because The Habitat for Humanity that is near me, that I go to, you don't find that. It's just not going to happen. This one was on the road to go to Oak Island. If you're familiar with the area, there are like 3 or 4 thrift stores on that road. And if you're ever vacationing in the Southport area, you need to go down Oak Island Road, and you'll find lots of thrift stores there. And this was just a cute little banner, little pennant that I thought was sweet. Again, this plate reminded me of something that would be beautiful set out for Easter because of the color. It reminds me of Easter grass. I kept this in. I thought it was going to be something amazing. I got her to pull it down, and it was not. It was just a modern plate set. These are the 2 things that Lily picked up. They match her kitchen really perfectly, so she wanted to share that with you. I was going through these little craft kits because I would love to one day run across a crewel kit that I can make myself, but today was not the day to find that. I did see a nice little pillow kit right here that I thought was sweet, but I decided that I don't need a project right now. I have a wedding to plan, and I do not need another project. These curtains were vintage. They were made out of tack cloth, and they were absolutely beautiful. They would have made a perfect little dress project, but again, I don't need a project, so I did leave them behind. But they were lovely, but they would not have matched anything in my house. And I even asked Lily, I said, do you have anything in your house that they will match? And she said no. And then I just shared this little purple dish because it was only $3, and I just could not believe that the Habitat was selling it so inexpensively. I'm just not used to it. It's just so rare that you find something so beautiful that's affordable at a Habitat.
Stop being silly. Stop. I'm not taking. Turn it around. Give me the.
Idiot. I want you to put the sound on this one.
That is pretty though.
Let your followers see.
They make the dish that you put the apple pie. But here are the
Apple pie
plates. Yeah.
That's so cute. Are they all individual price?
Probably.
Yeah, they are.
$9.99 each, or $35 for 4.
So $35 for that, and then this is $15.
Yeah.
Yes, I did call her an idiot. I'm sorry. I should not have called her an idiot, but she sometimes is. She's just crazy. She wanted me to leave all that in, by the way, or I would have definitely cut it out. We are in an antique store, downtown Southport. Lovely place, beautiful place to visit. There's an antique store down there, and if you're ever in the area, if you're ever visiting, please go. It's not a very big antique store, but it is lovely, and we like to stop in there from time and again. We like to go in there. So a little bit about Southport. If you live in this area, as I do, it is as close to a vacation spot that is still at home that you can get. It's just a beautiful place to go, to visit, to walk around. Sweet little town, coastal town. It's just, we love going and walking around and visiting all the shops. So these items, there's more than one. This is a flashback to my childhood. I had these exact same books. I had a little record player, and I would play the records and read along with the books. I played with them so much as a child. So when I saw these, it just really unlocked a core memory, and a memory that I need right now that really brought a smile to my face. It was a good memory, and I'm glad I ran across them. So that was fun to find. These last 2 items are kind of bad, but one of them, this is a Ronald McDonald sheet set, and I didn't realize McDonald's made things like this. And then this little girl right here, Mrs. Beasley, I turned around and Lily had her right at my face. She scared me to death with that little thing. I think, yeah, Mrs. Beasley. I don't know who that is. All right, did you see anything that you would have brought home, or did you see anything that you're absolutely certain that I picked up? You're probably right. If you could pick out the gaudiest thing in the store, that's probably the piece that I brought home, or at least my children would tell you that. I did pick up a few things. The first thing I want to share with you, I don't normally share clothing hauls, but I did find a dress. I'm wearing that dress right now. I'll show it to you in full form, but I do have my socks on. I'm not taking my socks off because I'm cold. So you're going to have to see it with the socks. But I do have these shoes that I already own that match it perfectly. So just keep in mind, I'm not going to be wearing the socks when I actually wear the dress. Well, maybe I'll take the socks off for you. Let me show you what it looks like. So the next thing that I got was not even in the footage, but I did want to share it because we're going to be putting this out together on either today or a future video. But I have a bed skirt on my bed that is literally from when David and I first got married. It's white and everything else in my house is off-white. It's got it looks like eyelet lace, and it's from a past style that I had, but it was the only bed skirt that I owned, so I just never bought one because I had one. But I found one for, I think it was like $5 or $6. It's a little longer than the one I have. It's a better color. I do need a bed skirt under my bed, and I guess I could buy one that matches my bedspread a little better as far as along the same color, but I think this is going to work fine. It's got like an elastic piece, so it doesn't actually spread over the top of the box spring. It just wraps around the bottom. So we're going to put that up in my bedroom one day. I don't know if it'll be today or not. I've got an appointment today at 11:30, so maybe not. I don't know. But you'll see it eventually. And then I got some more beads. I got a whole little pile of them here. Now, if you don't remember, or if you were not a member of the channel then, because I know I have some new people, we made a project for Valentine's Day using the beads from necklaces like this, and I really want to make one for Christmas as well. So I'm starting now, and I'm collecting all of these beads in Christmas colors to do the same thing. I want to do a tree and maybe put it up here on my hearth of my fireplace. So got a bunch of those. These were running, I think the most expensive one was $4, and I paid $4 for this one because the greens are not quite so easy to find. So that one was $4, and I think these two, this one was $2 and this one was $2 as well. So we have some to add to our collection. And I just have this plastic bag in my craft room, and I'm just adding them to that bag until the day comes that we're gonna do that project. Now, in the footage you saw, Lily and I came across a lot of vintage Easter pieces, and even though I don't need any more vintage Easter pieces, I couldn't walk away. I just could not do it, and I'm not even sure what we're gonna do with all of them, but I wasn't walking away from them. So we got a few pieces here. The first one is this little bunny, and he was $3. He was hand painted, of course. I have another piece just like this. Let's see if it's got a date on the bottom. 76. Usually when they did these pieces where they would go into like a pottery place and they would paint your own, and they would fire them up for you, and then you'd come back and pick them up. They would put their initials on the bottom, and then they would put the date. And this piece is no different, except to have it upside down. My sister and I would go do these pieces a lot when I was growing up. My mother's house was full of those pieces, and I would love to still have a piece of one of them, but I sadly I don't, and I never will get the chance. So that's kind of, I think, why I pick up these pieces, these hand-painted pieces, because they do unlock a memory for me. And even though I can't get my hands on a piece that was authentically from my home, my childhood home, this is the next best thing, I think. So I got her for $3. And then the next thing is I kept some of the talking in the video because Lily, I thought it was funny. Lily said, this is right up your alley. This is ugly. But you know what? I like to buy these pieces that are kind of painted a little rough, and I like to fix them here and repaint them here. This one was $2. And while I don't necessarily love the paint job that it has, I really like the style of the bunny. Look at his little tail. And I think I can redo him and make him just a little cuter. So we're gonna do a revamp of this little bunny. And I've done those before. They usually turn out pretty cute, and just give them a new life, that's all. The problem is that like this piece, like this is so shiny and glossy because it was fired in the kiln. You can't really repaint these too easily, but this piece is not really like that. It's kind of rough, and I almost want to say, see, because the tail is shiny, maybe they just didn't put the glaze on the body part, so I think I can paint over this one pretty easily and it should be fine. I'm doing a lot of talking, I'm sorry. And then I saw this little guy right here, and I probably would not have picked him up if I had not seen the little Lefton sticker on the bottom. He was $2, but I still think he can be cute in my tier tray or somewhere stuck around the house. We'll find a place for him. But he's a little dish. It's like a little, what do you call these things? There's a piece of tape on it. Little jewelry box, little trinket dish, whatever you want to call it. That's what he is. So for $2, I picked him up as well. And then we have a little goodie bag to go through. We've got to do that together. I got this bag here for $5. I'm not sure what's in here, but I think there might be some treasures, all miniature treasures. So I think we're gonna try to go through this together on this video and see what's in this bag. This is the bag that I'm keeping all of my little beads in. And you can see I bought a few over the last few trips to the thrift store. I'm just gonna add them in there, and then hopefully by Christmas time, or at least crafting season for Christmas time, we'll have enough in here that we can make our little tree. So we're just gonna put that away. We also have this little bag that we need to go through. Now this was $5. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but immediately what I'm seeing are these little trees. They kind of remind me of the little trees that you hang ornaments on, which I think that's what this is, because that's what's in these bags. They're little ornaments. They just seem to be on a smaller scale. So the ornaments, if they are what I think, they're all miniature. And let's see, let's get one for example. I'm kind of spreading these branches out a little bit so we can see better, but basically you're just going to take all these little eggs and bunnies and hang from that tree. So I might have to doctor that one up a little bit. He's hanging a little low, but I still think it could be cute once I get it all put together. Look at him. Isn't he cute? So it should be a good little project for Easter to sit up. This one has been repaired already, so they use thread instead of that thicker stuff, so it's kind of harder to get my hands on. But that's all that's in these bags, I think. It's just eggs and bunnies. And you keep looking. We've got three of these trees. This little bunny's a little larger. These little guys are just little creatures, little Easter creatures. So there's that. And I forgot to mention that package that Maria sent me. She also sent me two little miniature pieces that are very similar to this that are for Christmas. And I forgot to add those in. So this might be actual village pieces because they don't look like they hang. So little miniature. I need to get a little trinket shell to put these in. There's a bunch of little ones. So there's lots of little bunnies in here to go through. These little wooden pieces are my favorite though. I think that's the thing that caught my eye and made me purchase the bag, was all of these. Oh, look at the little carrot. How cute. But it's all the same thing, just repetitive in here. You kind of get the idea. You get the gist of it. There's a few more there. But that should be fun when we get to decorate for Easter. We're in my bedroom. I have not made my bed, and there's a reason for that. But I want to take you down and let you see this bed skirt that I was talking about. You can see that it's just dated. And although, yes, everything in my house is dated, everything else is dated purposefully and with intent. This is not. This is just an eyesore. So while I don't think that that new piece is really going to go a whole lot further down, we have these, and they're dusty, I know, but we have these because David is so tall and he likes the bed higher. It's just fun to have it a little higher, and we could store stuff underneath there if we wanted to, although that little stool's the only thing that I store under there. I think it's gonna look a little better. Not perfect, but better. So I'm gonna switch that to the one that I bought at the thrift store. It fits. It fits perfect. It goes all the way down. It's the perfect size. I could not have planned that out better. So I'm really excited that that worked out so well. And I just want to say, Atticus, honey, I am so sorry that the video that you get to watch today is of me changing a bed skirt on a bed, because I know that that is not interesting to you. But listen. So you know how excited you get when you maybe find that super rare and exciting Pokemon card in your pack, or I don't know what you're into, but maybe you find this amazing bug outside while you're playing. You know how excited you get? Well, this is the type of things that get grown-ups excited and happy. So even though you may not understand why I'm sitting here getting excited over this silly little bed skirt, it's just a little thing that makes grown-ups happy. So just take that down as a life lesson. We're going to wash these sheets. That's why I hadn't made the bed yet this morning. I'm going to turn the camera around because we do have one more project to do. Okay, so the last project that we have is this little bunny, and the closer that I look at him, it looks like he was painted and glazed and put in the kiln and all the good things. And it looks like somebody came around him and did this lovely little paint job. So there's the date on him, 1977. So I'm just going to paint over their work. I would like to maybe do like they did and not, I guess I need to adjust the camera, and not mess up the eyes. Maybe just do around the eyes and leave the pink in the ears. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and we'll see how that works out. I do like the shape of him and the expression on his face, so I don't really want to change that. They did a good job in the original painting, but we're just going to see what we can do. I'm not going to go through a whole tutorial of this because you've seen me do this before. Plus, I have to get to my appointment. So I think what I'm going to do is put a top coat on, go to my appointment, come back and do a second coat and maybe some details, and then I'll let you see what it looks like. All right, here's our first coat. What do you think, Atticus? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go to my appointment and I'm going to let this dry. We're going to come back and we're going to do a second coat. Here is the final result of our little bunny's makeover, our $2 thrift store bunny. He's not perfect. He's not going to be perfect. Mostly because the person who painted before me, they used the most textured paint and it was just bumpy, and it just, I don't know, it was hard to first of all, I tried to get it off. I tried to soak it in acetone and all the things to get it off, and it would not budge. It was being held on with the force of all that is mighty, so it was not budging. I did paint it. You saw how I started it. I just did one coat. I came back, I did a second coat. I did go over the little nose because I was originally going to leave that shiny, but I decided to just paint over it so it all would match, and then I just painted the whiskers back on myself, but I left the eyes and the ears as is, and then I just went over it with a sealer, like a polyacrylic sealer, to just kind of make it a little shiny, but he's not, I guess I didn't get a high gloss sealer, so he's kind of on the matte side, but if I can find a high gloss sealant, then I'll probably go over him again. But anyway, he's done. You'll see him come back and make another appearance when we get ready to decorate for Easter. So I think that's going to be the last project that we do for today. So I'm going to turn this camera around and I'm going to say my goodbyes. I don't know what's happening with my hair. It's got, look at the static. I don't know. I can't lay it down. It won't. Okay. Anyway, that is all that I have for you for today. Thank you guys so much for spending a few minutes of your day with me. As always, it means the whole world. Until next time, I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.